Hey guys, K420 back at it again. And hey everybody, K420 back at it again. I love how the recording says three, two, one, and then you say you're opening and the thing doesn't start counting for another 3 seconds. Hey everybody, back at it. Hunter Biden giving me more content as always. You know, everyone here knows who I voted for. I'm not here to be political. I just find it amazing how much content that I've had since Hunter Biden's father has been the former vice president. And somehow, yet, they're not screaming for his father's impeachment. They're not calling for this man to be locked up and the key thrown away as they were someone else's sons. I just don't think it's right that the man who created the crime bill that locked up hundreds of thousands of black men for crack possession and crack sales is now the entire system of government is covering up his son's addiction and crimes. I don't find that, how do I say, equal. I don't find that fair. I don't find that right. I don't find that just. I find that to be exactly what's wrong with this world. I think that the people need to step up and take back what's ours and recreate government in an entirely new and up to date way so that are as much as conservative as I am, as much as a Republican as everyone loves to call me, I believe in a lot of things that will always need to be a foundation to our country, the Constitution being that. However, I think that the Constitution did not want government to be involved in our everyday life the way they are. The Constitution didn't want government to be able to cover for the crimes of their own and punish those same crimes of the people. So anyway, let's get to the newest Hunter Biden content. Allegedly, Hunter Biden's iCloud account. Let's talk about it. On that Hunter Biden laptop that you guys know we've talked about so much was an iCloud account. And on that iCloud account is a lot of stuff that hasn't been seen yet. Now we have gone over we've actually looked live at when the Chinese released the original version of the laptop from hell. We went over the book and some of the facts that were detailed in that. But let's talk about this. And of course, look at this. If Hunter's like this would be wall to wall news. Boy, I didn't need to say it, did I? It's already being said. Okay, well, of course, no matter what happens in my world, everything has to run slowly. So the answers to the headline question are surprising and disturbing, assuming this is in fact an iCloud backup file oops, belonging to Hunter Biden. And it is. It's already been authenticated by oops I believe by the person who. Why can't I just get to it? Okay, from an iCloud. Okay, assuming this is in fact an iCloud backup file that belonged to the president's son, just like Ashley Biden's diary needed to be confirmed, which it was. All available materials leaking from this alleged 4chan hack of content so far have yet to be disputed as inauthentic with the White House differing comment. Over the weekend, materials began leaking, and okay, well, camera not available, then get out of my way. Sorry, guys. No, it's not going to move. Okay, so anyway, uh, over the weekend, materials began leaking from this iCloud backup file from an iPhone or MacBook alleged to belong to Hunter Biden. As of this morning, videos, images, and text messages are flooding the internet with a lurid glance in the life of the president's drug-ravaged son. Vice provides some context as to what's happening, but the material, some of which contains nudity, is too over the top to post or even link to. Yes, there is a lot. In this zip are two folders, one for an iPad and one for an iPhone backup. Motherboard has been unable to independently verify the files or where they came from, though a series of photos of Hunter Biden that do not appear elsewhere on the internet have been posted to 4chan. This hacked material and original postings in 4chan are accompanied by screenshots, which could also wind up being authentic given the supporting evidence. All right, well, we're going to get into all that because this obviously doesn't want to load. So we're going to go to the next one, post-millennial. Post-millennial. Here we go. Come on. Jack Prosovic. 4chan has apparently cracked Hunter Biden's iPhone backup password and are leaking everything. Absolutely. This is post-millennial, guys. I don't understand why the camera's never available on any of this stuff. Sorry. So I'm just trying to pull up some of these tweets so we can actually see some of the stuff that was. All right. Apple introduces lockdown mode to protect. Yeah, they got a new lockdown mode because of this hack thing. Oh wow. Sorry. I had to reboot this page. I need a new computer, guys. It's not my Wi-Fi. I found that out. It's the computer. And I tried to hard reset it and it didn't happen. So let's talk about this here. Here we go. Members of the 4chan community have allegedly hacked into iCloud backup data, cracking the iPhone's password Saturday. It says Jovic. It says the Gazette reports that 4chan users. Oh, come on. Why can't I just get this to load? 4chan has already created torrents for the Hunter Biden iPhone and iCloud backups and are now seeding them. That means even if 4chan gets shut down, the copies will still be out there. CNBC reported Sunday Apple announced a new feature for iPhones called lockdown mode, which will protect high-profile users such as politicians and activists of wherever that just went. Right there, against the state-sponsored hacker and activists against state-sponsored hackers. So not any of you or me. Earlier this year, the Washington Examiner was able to verify contents of Biden's laptop from hell, which was a story that broke in the New York Post in October of 2021. After it was examined by a Secret Service agent, Gus, who also is verifying the new 4chan hack, guys. Gus Dimitrilos, a cyber forensic expert using a technique called digital sandwiching. Biden was the only person capable of producing the data emerging from this laptop. While the hacked iCloud contents have yet to be verified, Dimitrilos did show that Biden's iCloud had been syncing his data. Not only his laptop. Why is this taking forever to do this? Okay. I'm about had it. Okay. I don't care about all this stuff. Here we go. His stuff had been syncing across the laptop. It was his Apple ID was allegedly on 46 devices since 2011. Multiple computers, phones, tablets, TVs, which have all been backed up to his cloud. Yo, he used the same freaking password for his Apple identity all across his Apple devices, and it's been syncing. So this is all updated information, new stuff. Mr. I'm sober and I'm painting for a living is not sober and is not anything that he says he is. Here he is arguing with a hooker about how much crack he has. All right, let's try it.
I just laid out the bag.
Of course.
It's 2.06.
07.
He's very frugal with his crack.
Without the bag.
So how long is
2.0.
Anyway, very frugal with his crack. Very frugal. Various other details emerged about the president's son's drug and prostitution habits. More revelations have also come out concerning Joe Biden's financing of Hunter's overseas business deals. Right before the 2020 presidential election, candidate Joe Biden agreed to cover $800,000 of his son Hunter Biden's bills, including legal bills that were associated with a Chinese firm. On Thursday, it was revealed the Biden administration sent nearly 1 million barrels of oil from our strategic reserves to a Chinese energy company in which Joe Biden's son had stake as recently as 2015. The Bidens are destroying America if you haven't opened your eyes, people. And his son has been doing it for 15 years before he ever got in office, just like he was for decades. Him, his brother, every Biden who's ever sat in office has only done so to benefit themselves. And there's emails and texts galore for you to sit here and read if you actually care about what's happening to the world. Don't you feel the negativity in the air? Doesn't every single day seem so much worse than it was just 4 short years ago while we were living through a pandemic and it wasn't this bad? Yeah, pardon me, but I'm sorry. This has a lot of fallout, shall I say. But let's talk about the nickname that they found for Hunter's dad in his iPhone. I think you guys will enjoy this one. Do 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 do. Kate's laptop is slow, so you've got to wait for loading. I am sorry. There we go. Sorry, guys. Nickname on Hunter Biden's cracked back top raises all sorts of wild questions. If you were here last week, you were here when I read Ashley Biden's diary to you. Ashley Biden's diary was left at a rehab, detox, halfway house, whatever. Girl who bought that rehab, detox, halfway house sold that diary to Project Veritas, who then decided to turn it over to law enforcement, but kept a copy, whatever. Also gave it to a journalist in case something didn't get done with it. Anyway, it got put out, it got leaked out, and it got leaked out that Ashley has a sex ADD. She has a sex problem, and she's blaming that sex problem on said dad who showered with her into an age that was much inappropriate and very often, apparently. So Ashley's father is Hunter, and Hunter's father is the same man. So we know what Hunter does. We already know his antics. We know about the underage pictures on the laptop. Oh, sorry, I gotta just do my undo my ad blocker for this. Okay, hold on. Select your ad blocker. One of the icons should be, yeah, there we go. Shut it off. Shut it off for this page and then restart it. Sorry, guys. I had it all set up, but apparently you can't just shut it off ahead of time. You have to shut it off as you get to it. There we go. So anyway, in this correct iPhone, Hunter has his dad's name as something quite, shall we say, telling. And I think that if this was leaked out specifically to deter Joe Biden from considering running because he was not supposed to run. When he ran in 2020, his first thing was, I will not be running again in 2024. I'm just taking the country back to bring it back to the adults, so that the adults are in control again. And then in 2024, I'll hand it over to, the party. Now he's talking about running again, and I believe that is why this is being leaked so ferociously. So anyway, As I've read 3 times, there was a hack. 4chan cracked Hunter Biden's iCloud. Multiple sources are confirming they are real and do contain some questionable stuff. All right, let's look at this picture. It says the world wants to know who exactly is Pedo Pete. Now, let me see if they actually have the picture in here. No, so I have to link to it really quick. Hang on. The leak is very real. We know that. So let me see if this pulls up the Pedo Pete tweet. They basically in his iPhone, which is synced, he in his contacts, he has his father and well the nickname he has for Jill, in their phone in his phone contacts linked name as Pedo Pete. Pedo Pete is what he calls his father. There. Okay. There we go. And that should tell you everything that you need to know about Joe Biden between two of his children in the last 2 months. That is, and I mean, this is without showing you a single video of him smelling a girl's head, a small young child's head, which he's known to do. What is going on? Oh, I was just going to show it to you. There are two possibilities being bounced around. I won't even venture to solve the riddle in the article. I'll just note people examining the data believe it's either Joe Biden or Hunter Biden. Those in the former can't believe it's a play on an email them that Joe Biden used as Pete Henderson. Apparently, the name derives from a Tom Clancy novel. That alone is weird enough. Still, others believe Pedal Pete is Hunter Biden's number saved under the title on a different device because the iCloud backup is shared. Regardless, this raises all sorts of questions. No matter which Biden it is, why is the word pedo being used to describe them? Given the president was implicated in some disturbing stuff contained in his daughter Ashley Biden's diary, you can bet the speculation will run wild. Hang on. I'm still trying to reload it. I'm going to go to the next page. I'm so tired of being able to see all this, and then I load it up for you guys, and it doesn't. I can see it fine when I get up to go, and when I need to show you, it takes me 60 minutes to load it up. I'm tired. I hate doing videos like this. I need to get a new computer. I have the iMac. I just need to update it and get a new keypad because I can't use the letter P. Do you know how many things have the letter P in it? Pedal P. I'm about to just close a bunch of this down. All right. So we talked about the Ashley Biden thing. Here we go. This better load up. I can't believe this picture's still loading. Wow, I'm done with that. All right, let's try and see if I can get the Daily Mail. That most of that has the pictures. Of course, you opened my door that I didn't want opened because I didn't want you in here. If you start meowing in my video, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. So this was back in I don't know when, but this was I think during the last leak, maybe 2020. Yep, 2021. High living Hunter Biden blew tens of thousands on prostitutes, drugs, luxury cars, and was desperate to avoid jail for 320K in unpaid taxes and threatened to take money from his daughter's college fund. So yeah, this was all stuff that leaked out last April. These are emails. It's like this stuff's been slowly leaking. So this was a bombshell catch of 103,000 text messages, 154,000 emails, 2,000 photos. This is all stuff that was on that laptop. The documents show that he was keeping luxury cars, including a 2014 Porsche, which you'll see a prostitute laid across in some of the pictures if they ever load up. I don't get it. I just looked at these pictures right before there we go. He's got a thing about seeing himself naked. So anyway, he's got a Porsche, 2018 Ford Raptor, an $80,000 boat, a Range Rover, a Land Rover, a BMW, a Chevy truck. He spent thousands of dollars on strippers and prostitutes. We won't talk about the age of the Asian prostitutes he was seen in videos and pictures with. Here's leaked emails of him and a prostitute. But Daddy paid all that right before the 2020 election, and that's just getting leaked out now. Come on, come on, come on. I don't want to have to do it again. All right, guys. This sucks. So anyway, let's keep going on to the next part. It doesn't matter. You can look up the pictures on your own. YouTube's just going to shut me down for them anyway. I'm so frustrated because I get this all put together and then there's no way to just run it through in a video anymore. So this was back in 2020, okay? Hunter Biden in with topless 14-year-old girl in photos. So allegations have surfaced on social media that the infamous laptop from hell belonging to President Joe Biden's son contains photos of him together with his topless niece, who was age 14 at the time. The photos have presumably been seen by former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, who, together with former New York Police Commissioner Bernie Kerik, personally turned the evidence over to jurisdictional authorities in the state of Delaware. Boom. Rudy Giuliani just told Greg Kelly there are pictures of Hunter Biden walking around with a naked 14-year-old girl. Hunter sent a text admitting this to his father, Joe Biden. Dates from leaked messages suggest the girl at the center of concern is currently 16-year-old Natalie Biden, who is active on social media campaigning for her grandfather, Joe Biden. That's so scary. Yeah, it is. Natalie is the son of Beau Biden, whose death saw the blossoming of a romantic relationship between his widow and his brother Hunter, who was married to someone else at the time. Here it is right here. Beau Biden having an affair with his dead brother's wife. Okay, in effect, Natalie's mother was with Natalie's father and then with Natalie's uncle. And then Hunter somehow ended up with a large personal trove of photos of Natalie underage on his laptop, topless. Update. No compromising photos have surfaced so far. What has been leaked from the laptop is a video. Yeah, but I've seen the blurred videos. It's on the Chinese for yeah. So the text message shared by Rudy Giuliani doesn't just indicate Hunter Biden was exposing himself to underage girls. It indicates he was exposing himself to underage girls related to him. According to Giuliani, Joe Biden, who the texts were sent to, knew about it. According to our police source, the police department confirmed the laptop contained child pornography. Oh, come on. Here we go again. Get to the bottom and nothing's loaded up. I don't want to view it on Instagram. Why can't I view it on here? Okay, so let's talk more about this hack while that loads. Because the Secret Service is obviously going to respond to this hack. Nothing's loading. I don't understand what is that. I should have just restarted the whole computer and restarted the whole video. So, Secret Service respond. I had it. It was so close. Response to graphic Hunter Biden videos and photos. This is MSN, like mainstream news. So or Yahoo News. There you go. So here we go. The Secret Service confirmed that they are aware of reports of the contents of the iCloud account were hacked, of Hunter Biden's iCloud account were hacked over the weekend, exposing alleged texts, pictures, and videos of the president's son doing drugs and engaging in other salacious and likely illegal activities. 4chan users claim that they hacked Biden's phone late Saturday night, posting pictures to the websites. Oh, there goes the cat. You okay now? Yeah, you okay? 4chan users claim they hacked Biden's phone late Saturday night, posting pictures to the website's main political forum. And according to the Washington Examiner, many of the posts were taken down by the website. The Secret Service says they are aware of the social media posts and claims about Biden and are not in a position to make public comments about on a potential investigative actions. One video purports to show Biden measuring out crack he had while in conversation with a prostitute. Another video shows Biden going down a water slide naked, and texts allegedly revealed show Biden claiming that President Joe Biden was in possession of 5 guns in 2019 despite campaigning on gun control. Funny how that works. Many of the files posted to 4chan were found on Biden's abandoned laptop via the iPhone XS backup. Former Service agent and cyber forensics expert Konstantinos Gus Dimitrilos previously told the outlet the contents of the iPhone are authentic. Based on my analysis of the iPhone, I conclude the same results as the analysis of the MacBook Pro laptop hard drive and the iCloud synced data. The person who owns and operates this iPhone XS is Robert Hunter Biden, Dimitrilos told the outlet. The abandoned laptop also previously revealed that the president knew about his son's business dealings with China, despite repeatedly claiming he's never spoken to him about his overseas business dealings. Joe Biden left a voicemail on Hunter Biden's phone at the New York Times after a New York Times released a story in 2018. Let's see, with the Chinese oil giant China Energy Company Limited. Hey pal, it's Dad. It's 8:15 on Wednesday night. If you give a chance, just give me a call. Nothing urgent. Just wanted to talk to you. I thought the article released online is going to be printed tomorrow in the Times was good. I think you're clear. And anyway, if you get a chance, give me a call. I love you, he added. Nice. After the voicemail was published, the White House press secretary pressed about the president's claims that he never spoke to his son about the foreign business deals. Well, first I'll say that the president said stands, or what the president says stands, says Karine Jean-Pierre, who lies for the president for a living. So if that's what the president said, that that is what stands. Wow, she is terrible at her job. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Let's talk about some other things that may have slipped under the rug this last 2 years that are starting to come back out now. Back in April, there was a email that Hunter Biden urged his brother's widow to go get tested for HIV during their affair. Hunter Biden desperately insisted his brother's widow Haley get screened for HIV as their torrid affair cooled off in the summer of 2018, emails show. Biden, 52, implored Haley to be tested for HIV in an email sent to Beau Biden's widow on July 27, 2018, about a month after he fathered an out-of-wedlock child with former stripper London Roberts. You need to inform me of the result, Hunter wrote in an email, as if like she would be the one to give him HIV. Are you effing kidding me? Oh, he says, you need to give me a copy of the result. Today, I'm getting tested today. I've been sick, scared, Haley, and you effing hang up on, or you hang up on me. Hunter also accused Haley of being detrimental to his mental health and trying to drive a wedge between him and his niece Natalie some 3 years after his brother, Delaware Attorney General Beau Biden, died of brain cancer at 46. The love you give is so disturbing. Hunter wrote in a message with all caps, "You need to get tested for HIV, Haley." There she is. There's the good old Haley Biden and Hunter loving it up after his brother died. Hunter went on to ask Haley to stop the bull ass regarding his niece, the one that has been found topless pictures of on his computer now, accusing his sister-in-law of trying to turn the teen against him. Then I'll stop talking to her and will not try to see her at all. God, with these ads. Hunter's message continued, "I'd rather that than you continuing to do this to her. It's sick and disturbing." Yeah, maybe that's because she saw some pictures or a message that the daughter sent to you, and that's why she was trying to keep you guys apart. President Biden's son revealed in April 2021 memoir Beautiful Things that he and Kathleen divorced after his first wife found steamy text messages on an iPad. Funny how that happens. He just didn't learn his lesson, did he? God, he looks terrible. But the relationship apparently soured by the following summer, with Hunter suggesting to his former flame that she seek counseling. "You're not clean and sober, Haley," Hunter wrote, as if he has the nerve to say anything. "You found a new release for your poisoned mind. You need serious long-term professional help, and I hope you get it. I promise I will try my best to make it happen. I love you, Haley, even when you're cruel," he wrote. "Get tested and tell me the results today." Just weeks earlier, the couple had viciously argued in emails, and Haley accused Hunter of calling her incessantly only to block her when she got back to him, according to emails. "Please come, Haley, and focus on your sobriety. The tone you're using with me is so angry. You aren't a bad person, Haley. You just have done bad things. You can do this without having to attack me or Natalie or whoever else you might see as the reason for your problems. Focus on you and know that you and only you will determine whether or not you can get sober." Oh, he's sick. He's sick. This is him with his new wife, who is also an ex-stripper, Melissa Cohen. And this is also the child that he had with her at right around the same time the other woman, London Roberts, was pregnant. However, Joe Biden does not consider London Roberts' child one of his grandchildren. When counting his grandchildren, he leaves out that child. Even though DNA tests have proven it is Hunter Biden's child. Haley accused him of not getting of Hunter. Haley then accused Hunter of not getting a day of sobriety yet, exactly, while thanking him for the passive aggressive asshole email and not answering her original question on whether he was attending a funeral. You will wake up one day and realize that you can actually think an act of love that you can do for someone besides yourself, Hunter wrote Haley. And I hope you have someone to turn to in bed in my brother's house, and that act of love can be for him or her or them or not a secret someone. That will be a special day in your life, and I hope you will remember me with a smile. Oh, God. He is corny. And don't feel as if you've lost the best two men you or anyone could ever have dreamed of. Please. The exchange continued. "You just got what you wanted for a time, and all is not lost. My family will never disrespect you around you, the children, or in the public." Oh, looks like it's a little late for that now because you couldn't even keep your damn iPhone. Never mind. Kathleen Biden filed for divorce from Hunter in 2016 and alleged in court filings he created financial concerns by spending extravagantly on drugs, prostitutes, and alcohol. The divorce was finalized in 2017 when Hunter briefly lived with Haley Biden and her two children in Maryland. Hunter told The New Yorker as he lost a paternity case filed by Robert. Oh, he moved to Los Angeles, sorry. Hunter told The New Yorker as he lost the paternity case to Roberts, who gave birth to their daughter, Navy Joan Roberts, in August of 2018. Navy Joan Roberts is a Biden who is not considered a Biden. She is never going to be accepted by the Biden family. When her grandpa Joe says, "I have 6 grandchildren," he does not count her the 7th. Actually, she's the 6th. She was born before the new little boy he has. We are all lucky that Hunter and Haley found each other as they were putting their lives together again after such sadness, said Joe. Yeah, okay. Hunter, who has characterized his relationship to Haley as a mess he has taken responsibility for, is now married to his second wife, Melissa Cohen, and they have a 2-year-old son who he named Bo after his brother. A message left for Hunter's attorney was not returned early Monday. Haley Biden also did not immediately return inquiries seeking a comment. These emails surfaced as Hunter Biden is facing a federal investigations over his tax filings. There's more. Um, Hunter Biden, meanwhile, conceded in 2021 while promoting his memoir for that infamous laptop dropped off at the Delaware computer repair shop certainly could be his. He knew it was his. Yeah, well, it also has pictures of his niece on there, topless. Next. These are a couple of things that are old, but I think they flew under the radar. Naked Hunter Biden tells a hooker that the Russian drug dealers stole another laptop that they're using for blackmail. This came out in August of last year. Sorry, I usually try to keep it hidden. I'm not a vapor. So anyway, again, naked Hunter Biden, who's always taking pictures of himself naked, has a naked hooker bent over in front of him in this picture. This is the smartest guy that Joe Biden knows. Yep, he sure did say that. He said, "My son is the smartest guy I know." Yes, he did. A newly unearthed 2019 video shows a naked Hunter Biden telling a prostitute that the Russian drug dealers stole one of his laptops for blackmail. Joe Biden's deviant spawn, Hunter, filmed himself with a hooker in a Las Vegas hotel room in January of 2019. Oh, that was during the pandemic. Look what Joe Biden's son was doing during the pandemic. Everyone, he was filming himself in hookers in hotel rooms on our dime. I'm sure. It says, it was. He left his camera on he has recounted a story of his 18-day Vegas bender in 2018 where he almost overdosed. I spent effing crazy amounts of money, he told the unidentified hooker. I was with these guys. The one guy was not like you anyway. Each night he'd be like, "There's going to be so many people here. Crazy effing party." Each night it's nobody. So anyway, they had kicked out everybody and had cleaned up the entire place and they were getting ready to leave and I woke up and there was this 35-year-old Russian, really nice, pure brunette. She refused to leave and they wouldn't call an ambulance. They didn't know whether I was dead or not at first. They checked to see if I was breathing, and when I finally showed signs of breath, at first I wasn't breathing, he points out. I was in the effing pool face down and they don't know for how long. Hunter claims someone stole his computer and did all kind of like pretend search and shit. I think he's the one that stole my computer, he says. I think the three of them, the three guys that were like a little group, the dealer and his guys, I took them everywhere. Effing everywhere, he says. Crazy out of your mind, he says. The hooker asked Hunter what was on his stolen laptop as the two did drugs naked in bed. They have videos of me doing crazy fucking fucking shit. Hunter said, I said the effing and then I blurred. God help me, YouTube. I can't stand these rules. I just want to be myself and get paid to be myself. Adding that they would use it for blackmail because his daddy Joe was going to run for president. My dad, or buddy, he said, running for president. Hunter whispered, he is, I talk about it all the time. Here, let's see what he says. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. Maybe. Oh, I'm trying, guys. It was going.
So anyway, and they kicked everybody out. Okay?
Yeah.
And they had cleaned up the entire place, everything. Okay? And they were getting ready to leave. And I woke up. It was just watching. A really nice picture with a pyramid. And she'd been there, I don't know how long. But she refused to leave. So she refused to leave. They wouldn't go in. And they didn't know whether I was dead or not at first.
I didn't think you could just come over and check.
So they checked to see if I was breathing, and I finally showed signs of breath. And at first I wasn't breathing. I was face down for ever now. Anyway, my computer had taken tons of like just left it like that came on. He would always put it in like a passcode like this, you know what I mean? And I was like, I mean, crazy. And somebody said, and he, like, I did like this kind of pretend search. I think he's the one that built my computer. I think the three of them, the three guys, that were like a little like group. I deal with it. It was two guys. Like, I took them everywhere. I mean, I was fucking big. He was fucking everywhere. Crazy out of it. And I think when I did that, I did amazing. Somebody else sees something like that. But she doesn't know the viewers. No, you know, the coach, the Russian was not her. She walked out the bathing suit for it.
Excuse
You
me.
know,
Sorry.
What does the computers have to do with it?
they have videos of me doing this. They have videos of me doing like crazy sex. You know,
How long ago did this happen? You said before you mentioned.
sooner. Yeah.
So it would have been already a thing.
No.
Yeah, that's not.
He is. I've got that all the time. Say, optimal time and breathe away. And then have some food now too. He also knows I think that gives a
I make a gazillion dollars, but I had to have daddy bail me out of a tax thing for less than $1 million.
he'd say,
Let the computer back.
no, like, give me a percentage of what you
Yeah,
get for
flat
this
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, give it some way.
TMZ.
Because he sells them. He sells them anonymously to TMZ. TMZ sells them. So
That's crazy. That's insane, guys. That's crazy that that video is now out there for the world to see. And yet today, I mean, don't get me wrong. Today, what got leaked is very important, but this has been out for a year and nothing has been done and nothing has been said about it. Nothing's been talked about. And yet, one more thing than this is that worse than this has been out and has not been talked about. Let's look at it. All right, this has been out since September of 2021. You got child pornography on that hard drive. The pictures of the young girl with no clothes on. Rudy Giuliani speaks out on Hunter Biden's laptop. By the way, did you know Rudy Giuliani's been raided? He's been indicted. The Southern District of New York has literally tried to destroy any semblance of freedom that he possibly could have. Where did that just go? Oh, Jesus. I don't know where it went. Anyway, oh, right there. Okay, good. The mainstream media, tech giants, and the ideological DC elites ran interference for Joe Biden and openly lied about Hunter Biden's crimes during the 2020 elections. We all know that. If you start yelling in my video, I promise I will not take you out after my video. You go wait out by the door and I will take you out as soon as I'm done. Yes, I'm not talking to the dog, I'm talking to the cat. My cats get to go outside and play once a day on leads, big long leads with the harnesses on. But my dogs aren't on leashes. Earlier this week, Politico reported what we already knew, that the Hunter Biden laptop, including content of porn, drug use, and child pornography, and major financial corruption was real and authentic. This was after Politico last year accused the Hunter Biden laptop story of being a Russian disinformation before the election. Probably the reason he was telling the hooker that a Russian stole it is because it was before the election. That way, when stuff started coming out, this hooker could be like, I don't know, evidence for him. Like, oh, I told this hooker all about how it got stolen, Dad. Joining Politico last year, 50 former intelligence agents, former U.S. intelligence, let's try this again. 50 former U.S. intelligence officials lied and claimed the Hunter Biden laptop reports were also Russian disinformation. On Wednesday, Rudy Giuliani told Rob Schmidt on Newsmax he finally felt vindicated. Rudy said, simple summation, they made about $30 million selling his office as senator, selling his office as vice president. They're totally corrupt, but it's also a bit perverted. You got child pornography on that hard drive. I brought it to them. I showed them the pictures of a young girl with no clothes on. They didn't do a damn thing about it. They've taken it to the Delaware FBI. It's been turned in and supposedly being investigated since 2020, guys. First of the year 2021. Nothing has been done. He's never been arrested. He's never been indicted. Nothing's ever been done. There's been a book written about it. There's child porn on that laptop and he got away with it. And people are still not talking about that. They're talking about him smoking crack in these new videos and weighing crack out and sliding down a slide nude. And I'm sorry, but it's like, okay, Ashley and Hunter were probably victims to pedo Pete. But and maybe I'm not saying Ashley, but Hunter's got some victims too. And it's time that we acknowledge that. Because sometimes victims who don't get help victimize others. And when you're a Biden and you're told that you're the smartest man your daddy knows, and you're the one that makes the money for the whole family, and yeah, he's got a stick up his ass that he thinks is made of gold. Well, every facet of our government that is covered for him, including the 50 former U.S. intelligence officials down to the FBI in Delaware that's still covering for him, down to the people who have bullied and harassed the man who runs the Apple repair shop that had Hunter Biden's laptop the entire time and finally turned it in when he realized what was on the hard drive. I'm sorry, but I'm grateful that 4chan hacked the new synced data, because then we all know what we already knew. Hunter Biden's still a pervert. He's still an addict, and his daddy and our government is still covering for him on our dime. And that's about it. Talk to you later.